Now on CoastTV News.
Parking and traffic in Rehoboth Beach, how the city is looking to tackle congestion with a public survey.
We have another freeze warning in effect for tonight, but the area impacted has shifted.
Secretary of State Blinken heading to the Middle East today, the diplomatic maze he is navigating between parties.
A Milford man tells his story of serving in the air for 35 years, what led him to being inducted into the Delaware Aviation Hall of Fame.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
The city of Rehoboth Beach searching for ways to fix parking issues and traffic in town. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Charlie Sakaitis has the evening off. Welcome to our news at 5. We begin tonight with Rehoboth Beach asking for the public's opinion on how traffic and parking problems can be resolved.
A survey about possible parking and traffic solutions getting a lot of feedback. Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber joins us live now in Rehoboth Beach. Elisa, the city calls parking and traffic a hot topic, and they're always looking for ways to improve.
Maddie and Mallory, parking in Rehoboth Beach, especially during the summer, is a serious problem. The city hopes that results from the survey will give commissioners an idea on how to solve the problem. Some ideas are parking garages or lowering permit prices for employees. The city says the biggest problem they face is space. There's just no room to add more spaces. And people who work downtown say it's just too expensive to park.
To buy a parking pass, you have to pay $250 for the season, which is crazy. That one of my employees that I have here, it would take her 2 weeks to be able to afford that, to be able to pay for something like that. So they should discount the people that work in town, or even employers that work in town, to be able to provide that for their employees.
The city encourages everyone to take the survey before it closes on November 27th. Those results will then be given to the commissioners at the December 4th meeting. In Rehoboth Beach, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
Thank you, Elisa. And that brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what do you think will fix the traffic and parking in Rehoboth Beach? Let's take a look at the results.
76% say my answer, which is parking garage. It would just do so well there, but better public transit, parking spaces, ride sharing also getting a couple of votes there.
Yeah, I also opted for the parking garage, and it seems like that's the majority right now, but that could change. If you haven't voted yet, you still can at coasttvnews.com or on our mobile app.
And we'll check back in at 6. A Seaford student was seriously hurt after being struck in a crosswalk this morning. Police say it happened around 7:15 a.m. at the intersection of Virginia Avenue and Bridgeville Highway. The driver of the car, a 26-year-old Bridgeville woman, was cited for inattentive driving and failing to yield to the right-of-way of a pedestrian in a crosswalk. The student, good news though, is in stable condition.
We are taking a live look into our Lewis Yacht Club with our Tunnel and Razor camera there. You can see a few clouds hanging over the bay, and that chill is in the air today. Let's check in with our First Alert meteorologist, Paul Williams, on our First Alert weather. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Mallory. We were genuine and bona fide cold for this morning. Everybody agrees, dropping right into the freeze. And guess what? We have another freeze warning that's been in effect. This is not yesterday's. This is a whole new situation with a bit of a different area of focus. Right now, we have a freeze warning that's active for Accomack, Somerset, Wacomico, and Worcester, but it leaves out Sussex, although we're still going to be pretty close to freezing in Sussex, just to be quite honest about it. So you can see that hole there, so to speak. But the high pressure system that's causing the cold air down there, it's really going to be the same high pressure system that's going to pull some cool air coming out of the north for us as well. Winds are going to stay relatively light, so we're set up in that manner. It feels like the 50s right now, 52 for the high today, right along with those lower than usual temps. Now, coming up, we're going to be talking about on whether this cold weather is going to ruin your weekend, or will Mother Nature cut us a break. Maddie.
Thank you, Paul. According to a new United Nations report published today, we aren't spending enough money to prepare vulnerable countries for natural disasters. The UN Environment Programme's annual Adaptation Gap report says the impacts from climate change are accelerating, while measures to adapt to climate change in the developing world are slowing. The estimated costs to fully prepare low-income nations for the worst effects of a rapidly heating planet are now at least 10 times greater than the amount of money currently flowing to those regions.
Happening now overseas, Secretary of State Antony Blinken travels to the Middle East today, his third visit in a month. He heads first to Israel, then on to Jordan, balancing U.S. support for Israel with the urgent need to protect civilians in Gaza. NBC's Alice Barr shows us how while on Capitol Hill, House Republicans are taking up a standalone bill to fund Israel that Democrats say will never pass in the Senate. We want to warn our viewers some of this footage is disturbing.
As the Israeli military keeps hammering Gaza from the air, outrage is growing about the death and destruction on the ground.
Mr. President.
In response to a protester's demands for a ceasefire, President Biden saying he believes there should be a pause to get hostages out of Gaza. The White House clarifying that does not mean a full ceasefire, which Israel says would only benefit Hamas. Secretary of State Antony Blinken returning to Israel, promising to press for concrete steps to protect civilians.
When I see a Palestinian child, a boy, a girl, pulled from the rubble of a collapsed building, that hits me in the gut as much as seeing a child in Israel or anywhere else.
After deadly strikes on 2 refugee camps in Gaza, there are mounting questions over whether Israel's tactics are worth the price. Israel citing a senior Hamas official's threat to repeat the October 7th terror attack, insists it must press on.
Hamas is doing its best to maximize Gazan civilian losses. They've deliberately put their military machine in civilian neighborhoods, under hospitals.
On Capitol Hill, Speaker Mike Johnson in his first press conference underscoring House Republicans' commitment to passing standalone aid for Israel, while insisting it must be paid for. He's proposing cuts to the IRS.
We have obligations and we have commitments, and we want to protect and help and assist our friend Israel, but we have to keep our own house in order as well.
Though the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says the Speaker's plan would actually add to the deficit. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The White House and Senate Democrats have pushed back hard against separating aid to Israel from support for Ukraine. Speaker Johnson promised today a vote on Ukraine aid would come next, paired with more funding for the U.S. southern border.
Happening now in Selbyville, a clothing drive for the Delaware Center for Homeless Veterans. The drive is being held by the Selbyville Community Club from now until Thursday, November 30th. Warm coats, sweats, and socks in new conditions are being accepted at Selbyville Town Hall. That's from 8 a.m. to 4:15 p.m.
Coming up this weekend, helping your precious cargo to stay safe. On Saturday, November 4th, Bay Health will hold free car seat checks from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Bay Health Sussex Campus Hospital parking lot. All types and sizes of car seats can be inspected, and registration is not required.
Famed for flying, this weekend a Milford man, Al Burke, was inducted into the Delaware Aviation Hall of Fame, among 5 others in the state, for his impressive resume as an Army helicopter pilot. With 1,349 hours in the air during his time in Vietnam and several awards, including a Purple Heart and Silver Star, Burke knows a thing or two about serving. But Burke hopes people will see his contributions as a pilot and in turn pay tribute to those who didn't make it home.
When I was in Vietnam, I had friends die. I don't want people to ever forget all those who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we all can be free.
To learn more about Burke's story and other inductees, you can visit their plaques at the Delaware Aviation Hall of Fame in Greenville.
The anatomy of a starfish, how scientists finally figured out that the creature is just one big head.
And it looks like we are headed for another morning of below freezing temps. Look at how we're going to de-escalate or descend by the 1 o'clock hour, 1 degree above freezing.
But first, from above with our coast copter, Mardella Middle and High School, a 13-year-old brings a gun to school. How authorities found the weapon? Up next.
You okay?
Dr. Ahmed, cardiology.
Max, stay with me.
Transplant, tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Let's go! Come on!
New episodes return Friday on NBC.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Cancer will make you wake up real quick. You get in touch with your mortality. You really do. I just wanted cancer to be removed. And robotics was the best way. Let's get it done. I arrived at BB at 9 a.m. I was walking back home at 4 p.m. That stood out, that I could have major surgery and be home in less than 8 hours later. Robotic surgery worked for me. It really did. It's changed my life.
Don't miss the 7th Annual Delaware Resorts 55 Plus Expo, Saturday, November 4th from 9 to 4 at Cape Henlopen High School. Admission is free. Explore the area's top health and wellness companies, retirement communities, physical therapy firms, financial and home products, and services designed for the 55 Plus community. Stop by for free flu shots and health screenings by BB Healthcare. Some exhibitors offer expo specials. All ages are welcome. Don't miss the 55 Plus Expo, November 4th at Cape Henlopen High.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
New today, a 13-year-old student is facing charges after bringing a handgun to Mardella Middle and High School this morning. According to the Wicomico County Sheriff's Office, a 9mm handgun was found in the student's backpack. Good news, though, it was not loaded and no ammunition was found. The student was removed from school and the Department of Juvenile Services ordered the student to be held pending his juvenile court appearance. The student has been charged with possession of a firearm by a minor and a count of disturbing school operations. The sheriff's office says there is no known threat to the school at this time.
Coming up, happening next weekend, due to the Bay Bridge run on Sunday, November 12th, the Maryland Transportation Authority says drivers expect delays and closures at the Bay Bridge throughout that day. MDTA says the eastbound span of the bridge is going to be closed November 12th from 12 a.m. to 2 p.m. To accommodate the closure, though, two-way traffic will be in place on the westbound span of the bridge.
Initial jobless claims are up for the second week in a row. That's according to the Labor Department's data from today. It shows that during the week ending on October 28th, first-time claims for unemployment benefits increased by 5,000 from the prior week. Meanwhile, the number of continuing claims, which are filed by people who have received unemployment benefits for more than 1 week, are the highest since April. Although claims are trending upward this month, they are still below historical averages.
The Biden administration is proposing a new rule aimed at making it easier for Americans to save for retirement and avoid junk fees. The rule would require financial professionals who sell retirement investments and advice to only do so in the best interests of their clients, not their own. Pushback from the financial services industry is expected. Similar proposed rules in the past haven't stood up to legal challenges.
Taking a look at our morning lows, we started off at freezing in Salisbury and just 1 degree above freezing in Georgetown and Ocean City. And guess what? Another round of crazy cold weather is in store.
Transform your outdoor space with Backyard Works. We are Sussex County's one call for all your fence, deck, handrail, pergolas, shower, and trash enclosure needs. Locally owned and operated, we make all our vinyl and aluminum fence right here in Harbison, Delaware, from American-made manufacturers. Cut out the middleman and deal direct. As a TimberTech Platinum Deck dealer, our trained team will professionally install your deck that will last a lifetime. Give us a call and let us make your backyard work.
Thinking about upgrading your bath or shower? Fast Buy Spicer Brothers is making it easy with a limited time offer.
Right now, receive $1,000 off your new shower or bath. Save 50% off installation, plus 0% financing with no payments until 2025.
Choose your favorite style and color, and it can be installed in as little as 1 day.
Have peace of mind with our Platinum Plus lifetime warranty and factory certified 5-star installation guarantee.
So before you sign, keep Bath by Spicer Brothers in mind.
At Precision Exteriors, we use quality materials with excellent craftsmanship and unparalleled customer service. We do roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, and we offer financing, no interest and no payments for 18 months. See all of our 5-star reviews.
Treated us fairly on price, did quality work, and I would go and do stuff again. We even recommend them to our parents. They were very happy as well.
Measure twice, cut once, and always do it with precision. Precision Exteriors.
Nice day for a white wedding. It's a nice day to start again. Ow!
Delmarva's Classic Rock, Big 107.7.
From gentle ocean breezes to small country towns, Sussex County has it all. That's why you need a real estate company that is familiar with it all. Mann & Sons offers decades of experience throughout Sussex County. Whether it's helping you purchase your forever home or find the perfect vacation rental at the beach. Trust our experience. Trust Mann & Sons.
For over 30 years, the difference is clear. Mann & Sons Real Estate.
This weather's brought to you by
Mann & Sons Real Estate.
We take a look outside right now. We're holding at 46 degrees right now with the winds pushing primarily out of the west at about 9 miles per hour. And what we anticipate, one more day of crazy cold weather. Now, we're going to fall into the 40s pretty quickly. From 7 o'clock, we're talking about 43 degrees. Then we'll dip to 41 by 9 o'clock. And then we're going to continue to basically fall below that. Now, we ended up at about 33 degrees for the official low in Georgetown. Same holds true for us in Ocean City. We dropped to freezing officially in Salisbury. And we're looking for pretty much the same kind of situation for tomorrow morning. I mean, take a look at how we have fallen off. We've gone from 85, 81 down into the 50s, and we've stayed there. But it's okay, my dear friend. I bring good tidings for your weekend plans. We're looking forward to warm up nicely over the weekend without the threat of rain either. We'll hold the rain off until maybe Tuesday of next week. It's 51 for the high today, so that is a little bit below the norm, and this is what it feels like right now. Pretty much feels like the 50s and upper 40s currently, and that's not changing much. Our live radar is clear as far as rainfall and as far as cloud cover is concerned, but we do have a freeze warning that's activated for Accomack, Somerset, Wacomico, and Worcester. Basically, Ocean City, West Ocean City, Holly Grove, Kitts Hill, all the way over towards Salisbury, and even over towards Elliott and Cambridge. So that's where we're seeing that. High pressure system in control of our weather. That helps to keep it very clear throughout most of the day. And we have another one right behind us. So we're looking at row after row, or one high pressure system behind the other, really. And if you take a look at this, we have a third one down here. So all of them are stacking up and moving their way towards us to influence our weather. Ultimately, we are expecting at least one more day of crazy cold weather, and that's for Friday morning. After that, we should be clear of all this stuff. So when you take a look at the lows for tonight, they're very similar to last night. 29 in Seaford and in Laurel. We're looking forward to drop to 29 in Fredericksburg, for example, and we'll dip to 29 not only in Snow Hill, but also in Berlin. Currently, as we go into the forecast period, you can see for Friday morning, it's going to be a little bit better. At least it's going to be in the 30s and low 40s. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. Friday, we start to come out of the cellar. Saturday and Sunday, we're looking for a high of 68 degrees. That's so close. I'd like to round that up to 70, but it's 68 officially with the numbers. Fall back over the weekend. Be sure you check your smoke detector and your carbon monoxide detector, okay? And just check the batteries in those as you fall back for an extra hour of sleep. The next Monday and Tuesday, we're back into the 70s before another 10-degree drop next Wednesday.
Thank you, Paul. Ever wonder which part of a starfish is the head, or do they even have a head at all? Scientists have been curious about this for years, and a group says they finally figured it out. Through molecular analysis of their genes, they've determined that a starfish is mostly just a big head. They say over time, starfish evolved to lose their bodies and become only heads. An accompanying opinion piece said starfish are like a disembodied head walking around the sea floor on their lips that sprouted little tube feet. The research was conducted by Stanford University and UC Berkeley.
That is deeply disturbing. Well, oops, she did it again. In entertainment news, Britney Spears has another hit on her hands, this time her memoir, The Woman in Me. Publisher Gallery Books says the book sold more than 1 million copies in its first week. The audiobook, narrated by actress Michelle Williams, has become the fastest-selling audio product in the publisher's history.
Join us here on Coast TV to watch Sunday Night Football. This Sunday, it's the Buffalo Bills versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Coverage starts at 7 p.m. And then right after the game, we have your hyper-local Coast TV news to get you ready for the work week.
You can watch University of Delaware basketball's 2023 to 2024 season on the Delmarva Sports Network. The first men's basketball game is November 12th at 1 p.m. The first women's game is November 14th at 7. All the other games you see on your screen there, they'll also be shown on the Delmarva Sports Network.
Coming up, DoorDash is testing a new warning system for Dashers. How this test could change future delivery services. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Hey, Linda, come check out my bathroom remodel. I'm having it done by those guys on TV. They do everything.
Paint me green and call me a cucumber. I thought they was gonna spice up your bathroom, Cletus. You should have called Peninsula Bath.
Listen, Linda, you made the right choice.
At Peninsula Bath, we do bathroom remodeling, and that's it. Top quality, competitively priced, and customer focused. And ready when you are.
Thank you, Peninsula Bath.
New episodes of The Irrational, Monday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Are you dreaming of the perfect outdoor space where you can relax and entertain? Look no further than Delmarva's most trusted partner, Spicer Brothers. We pride ourselves on superior craftsmanship and only use the finest materials to create beautiful, durable decks. From classic wooden decks to low-maintenance PVC materials, we have the perfect solution for you. And right now, get a free Green Mountain Grill with your new deck. Plus, enjoy 0% financing with no payments and no interest for 18 months. Spicer Brothers, turning homeowners' dreams into reality for over 20 years.
Swim on over to Solero atop the Henlopen Hotel in Rehoboth Beach for the 2023 Mayor Institute Fundraiser. Come out to the kickoff event Saturday, November 18th at 4 p.m. Enjoy a fun-filled evening, live music, a wine tasting with celebrity bartenders, hors d'oeuvres, desserts, and both live and silent auctions. The fundraiser is the premier fundraising event for Mayor Institute and endangered marine mammals and sea turtles. For more info and tickets, go to mayerinstitute.org.
There's a psycho in my head. I'm closer to the edge, making me feel like I'm living in misery. Answer the call, living in front. You're the one born to save.
93.5 The Beach.
Before you celebrate your new home, protect your surfaces with HydroShield. HydroShield prevents unwanted stains from penetrating the surfaces in your home. Our eco-friendly formulas eliminate the need for toxic chemicals, protecting you and your family. You pay good money for your surfaces. Protect them with HydroShield. Call today for your free total home protection estimate. And relax, we have you covered.
Learn more about our total home protection at hydroshielddelmarva.com.
Sponsored by Ancient Art Stone, where countertops are always a work of art.
If you don't want to tip your DoorDash driver, then be prepared to wait longer for your food. That's according to a new warning message the food delivery service is testing out. If a customer tries to place an order without a tip, they see a pop-up message that reads, quote, "Orders with no tip might take longer to get delivered." The message goes on to say the drivers can pick which orders they want to pick up. According to a spokesperson, Dashers have the freedom to accept or reject offers based on whether or not they think they are valuable.
In traffic news, traffic patterns could be disrupted in 4 different areas of Salisbury due to street milling and paving projects. According to the mayor's office, the following roads will be worked on from Monday, November 6th to the 20th. Moss Hill Lane from Middle Neck Drive to Brittingham Street, Isabella Street from Division Street to Route 13, Middle Neck Drive from Hammond to Deborah Drive, and Mill Street from Isabella to Route 50. The mayor's office says drivers should expect delays from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
As part of National Lung Screening Day, BB Healthcare is now taking appointments for screenings. On Saturday, November 11th, appointments are being offered at both the Rehoboth Health Campus and the Millville Health Center. According to BB Healthcare, a physician referral is required to be screened.
Time to take one more look at our Coast TV poll. What do you think will fix traffic and parking in Rehoboth Beach? 80% are now saying a parking garage. That's gone up just a little bit. I know many people were hoping they were going to build one when the city hall was redone, though that didn't happen. Though 14% think better public transit could work. I know I've saw a lot of people using the park and ride during Sea Witch weekend. More parking spaces get 4%. Nobody wants to carpool. Only 2% of you want to carpool or have a ride share into Rehoboth Beach. Well, if you have opinions on any of that and you haven't voted yet, you can still do that at coasttvnews.com or our mobile app. And we're going to update you one more time on Coast TV News at 6.
Coming up, pumpkins decorated by Mispillion Elementary School students, the inspiration behind their creations. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Hi, this is Warren Rosenfeld of Rosenfeld's Jewish Deli, here at our South Bethany location, now with dine-in waitress service, 52 seats inside and another 52 seats on a four-season porch, a full breakfast menu, and all of your Rosenfeld's favorites. We look forward to feeding you soon.
There's a joy that comes with building your new home on your lot, walking through your design, noticing the little things you visualized come to life, the progress, the completion, and the move-in to your new home. At Berica, we specialize in building strong, energy-efficient homes, custom built in our factory and finished on your lot, wherever that may be. Tour our model homes and factory at our main office in Greenwood. We're happy to help you begin your journey in building your new Berica. Start online today at bericahomes.com.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care, women's health services, to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
I'll take a grande, no-foam, triple cap, double pump vanilla latte with 3.5 ice cubes, slightly shaken, extra whip.
Yeah, that's going to be an upcharge.
Great! This one is on my Kasasa cashback checking account. Kasasa pays me cash back on everyday debit card purchases, plus refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. Go on, take back banking and treat yourself to monthly cash rewards.
Kasasa checking is proudly offered at County Bank.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
Hi, this is Warren Rosenfeld from Rosenfeld's Jewish Deli. Come visit Rosenfeld's in Rehoboth Beach on Coastal Highway just north of the outlets. See our much talked about wall murals and stay for the best corned beef, pastrami, Reubens, and outrageous desserts. We hope to feed you soon.
Getting crafty with pumpkins. This is so cool. The Mispillion Elementary School held its 3rd annual book character pumpkin decorating contest. Students in 1st through 5th grade decorated pumpkins as their favorite storybook character. Check those out. You can see students took inspiration from many different books. I'm trying to see if I recognized any of those books. There were over 100 entries. That's Chicken Little. I got that one, right? Isn't that Chicken Little, Paul?
I don't know. I don't know. My kids are a lot older. But it looked like it was a whole lot of fun. Let's take a look. I know it may not be quite as much fun as another freeze warning, but it is in effect for Accomack, Somerset, Wacomico, and Worcester. That means it's going to stay in effect until Friday morning about 9 o'clock. So for areas like Ocean Pines, Liberty Town, Newark, Pittsville, Colburn, Snow Hill, Girdle Tree, and those areas. So watch out for another morning of freezing temperatures. Here's a look at your exclusive Coast TV 10-day forecast. Friday, we start coming out of the dungeon and thawing out a little bit. Fall back for the weekend with our time change. And remember, 70s are back in play this weekend.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news and local weather, download the Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great night.